Good evening. This is Miss Poopee Doodee, world's most determined reporter, reporting for channel 666 Eyewitness News. In today's news, we're going to talk about femininity, feminism, women's rights, women's marching, women's power, because that's all we hear all the time in all the news media broadcasts all over cable television and pretty much every single place we look at. So, now many of you obviously already know this, that Miss Poopee Doodee, I'm Miss Poopee Doodee, am probably one of the most strongest, most beautiful, intelligent women in the whole world. And of course, Miss Divine is 100 times more beautiful and a billion times more intelligent, and you know, all the nice words you can possibly think of describes Miss Divine. And she is feminine. So many of you might be wondering, why is it that, none of these strong women on Miss Divine's TV air did not go to the Women's March that has been occurring in New York? So, I, Miss Poopee Doodee, I'm always for, empowerment, equality, and all that stuff. So I was thinking about the Women's March. And, the whole idea of marching or to protest something, you have to protest against something. For instance, if there's a law that you don't like, that you want changed, or some right you don't have, you would protest that. So I had to make a sign, I have to think about what sign would I make to go in this Women's March. So I started to think, what right is it that I don't have, that I'd like to have, that I want to have, that I can write on my poster? What right is it that I don't have, that I'd like to have here in the United States? What right is it that I don't have? What don't I have? As you can see, a lot of time passed, with me kind of thinking about that. So the last thing I wanted to do was carry around a blank sign, because it kind of makes, a very important protest like the Women's March seem kind of silly if you don't really have anything to protest about. I don't want to be one of these people that don't have anything to protest about, because as you know, the Women's March had many, many issues to protest about. So aside from the fact that I didn't have a sign, I thought, well, it would be nice, as a woman, I could express myself for who I am and be free to wear whatever I want and participate in this Women's March. And that day was awfully sunny, so I thought, perhaps I should wear a baseball hat, on my head. And, I do have this free hat because it's a very nice hat. It's red, and it's got the American flag on it, and, I wanted to wear that hat, and I think it may have had the number 45 at the side. I don't really remember, but then I began to be a little bit afraid. I suddenly thought, I had like this strange premonition that, if I wear this hat and I walk around this Women's March, it might be possible somebody might take this hat, throw it on the floor, and punch my face. I don't know why I thought that would happen, but I just kind of had a feeling. And when you have an instinct, when a woman has an instinct, you gotta listen to it. And the last thing I really wanted was to have a bloody nose, because I kind of like to keep my pretty face, It's just not nice to go, to a march and come back with your nose all bloody, especially when you have no idea, why you were punched. Not that it would justify, being punched. There is no reason to punch a woman, but somehow that kind of was in my head. And then later, as I saw the Women's March, I kind of got very, very bombarded, because all I saw was the P word. P. I always thought when men say that, it's so vulgar. Now, hundreds of women are just saying that. P. It's all over the news. It's all over cable television. It's not in private. It's not in a small room where little boys are talking about P. No, it's all over the world. And then these women, they were holding up these huge pictures of the P. Oh, there was just too much P. P is this, P grabs, don't grab the P, don't do, I don't understand. What does that have to do with the rights of women? It's just P. It was raining P that day. That's all I have to say. And the children that were exposed to that. Oh my goodness. But anyway, so why can't a lady just speak like a lady? Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask? Is that a bad thing to say? Should I not say, can't a lady speak like a lady? Must she use the word P a bazillion times in one sentence? Does it really sound good? No, it doesn't. It gives me such a headache to hear that word. Speaking of why can't a lady be like a lady, why can't a man be like a man? I mean, when was the last time did you actually see a man that looked like a man? I mean, why is it that most men in Manhattan look thinner than I, Miss Poopee Doodee? Why are they wearing tighter pants than I, Miss Poopee Doodee? Why is it that they're speaking in a high-pitched voice when that's not their natural voice? And why are their hands moving like that? And why are they talking like this? Why are men talking like this? I mean, it's okay if there's a small fraction of men that talk like that because they like to, but suddenly it's like an epidemic. Everyone is talking like that, especially the men. Why are the men talking like that? And, well, you know, being that we're talking about women's rights and women's issues, I could give everyone a cooking tip. Oh, should I not give a cooking tip? But for those women who cook, it's very easy to cook, especially if you're going to feed a real guy. All you have to do is just buy a steak, buy some potato, buy some broccoli, throw the steak on the grill, boil the potatoes, steam the broccoli, full meal, fed. See how easy it is? So my point being was, yes, you know, the rights of women, I mean, one thing we could think about is the fact that there aren't enough women in the fire department. Why is that? Yes, there's a very small percentage of women in the fire department. Speaking of which, I'm Miss Poopee Doodee from Miss Divine's to here, you know, if I were to hire somebody, I would most likely be hiring somebody to lift all this extremely heavy furniture from one side of the room to the other side of the room. So if anybody can pass the strength test, you know, they'll get the job. I know I will fail the strength test. So if any, you know, so unless you're very strong and you can pass it, you'll get the job. So based on that, let's go back to my fire department thing. So wouldn't it be interesting if I protested and now I got the job as a firefighter as a woman. I didn't even have to take any tests. I didn't have to do anything. I am now a firefighter. And my job is to climb up 6 flights of steps in a burning building, fling a 200-pound man over my shoulders and carry him down the steps. So I ask you, do you really want me, Miss Poopee Doodee, to rescue you from a burning building? Walking 6 flights of steps and then putting you over my shoulder, carrying you down? If I had the strength, you know, I would. And you know you would have the strength when you take certain, I think, fire department exams, physical exams. So you should be able to do that. So if you can't, maybe you shouldn't be a firefighter. Maybe I shouldn't be a firefighter. It's nice to say though, like, I am a firefighter, you know. I would like to be a firefighter, but when it comes to actually rescuing people, I'll just like to just run away because I know I can't do the job. I can't fling a heavy person over my shoulder and carry them down the steps. It's too difficult. Even the actual uniform is very heavy. Do you know how heavy that thing is? That jacket thing and the fireproof thing, and then you gotta carry the hose. Oh my God, it's just so heavy. So, should there be more women in the fire department? What do you think? What do you think? Should we just sprinkle, should we just look at statistics and determine how discrimination occurs? So back to my furniture moving job. Say if 10 people came to the job, the person that got the job was a 250-pound guy with big muscles, and 3 women that came who were probably built my build got rejected 6 other guys because they were just annoying. So one guy got the job, and he'll be the only person working for Miss Divine's to here. You know what that would mean according to the stats? That means I have employed 100% males. So somebody could look at these stats, look at the numbers. Miss Divine is discriminating against the ladies by looking at the stats. That's not, is that really discrimination by looking at stats? Do you look at stats to discriminate? If these ladies were to come up to me and without having them prove if they were strong or not, I were to reject them just for being a woman, that's discrimination. But if they were going to attempt to try to lift it, they were like, oh, this is too heavy, I don't think I could meet the demands of the job, and so they didn't get hired, that's not discrimination. Why am I talking about discrimination on this show? Thank God Miss Divine's Tiki is so, what's the word? It's so great. Miss Divine's Tiki is so great. So that was my closing remarks about feminism, femininity. And remember, what are little girls made of? Sugar and spice and all things nice. That's why they should not say the P word. And boys should not be saying that either unless you're in some closed room. There's no need to broadcast the word out loud on a mega microphone, parading up and down Manhattan, constantly using the P word. Has the world gone mad, I ask all of you? So as you can see, we've just covered extremely important feminism issues. Femininity, feminism, women's rights, women's power, women. Oh my God! Can't people just lighten up? So once again, this is Miss Poopee Doodee, world's most determined reporter, reporting for channel 666 Eyewitness News. Imagine if I was a man and I just said what I just said. Imagine that. Oh, the trouble!